Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Pac-Man here, and I'm Ray the Flying Squirrel here, and I'm Mighty the Armadillo here. We are back for yet again for the likes of the Mexi Toys videos once again. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of the Simpsons Hit and Run for the Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC. But before we get into more details about this though...
Complete set! Ooh, I think I just formatted my pants.
So yeah, as you can tell, that, well, obviously, before we get into this, though, last time, I believe that Pac-Man just almost completely done with the forms of the majority of level 7, so as a result, though, that he did manage to able to complete it, a few of those story missions, so as a result, though, we're actually getting very close towards the end, so as a result, though, we've only got one more mission left, so... Today, for this video, is going to be the finale in terms of the Simpsons Hit and Run Let's Play, before we dive right into the extra video. Mind you, there won't be that much to show off in terms of the extra videos as far as this is concerned, but first things first though, as you can clearly see on screen, that we're going back onto level 3, like I said before, ever since during Informs of on Monday, because the reason being for this is the fact that after you collected every single collectible cards in the game, basically though, we can now able to actually obtain a special movie ticket, which basically this allows you to able to watch a final cutscene of the game, or technically the bonus cutscene as far as this is concerned, and basically we can able to watch a special episode based off on the forms of the wacky cartoon from the Simpsons universe, which appears to be by the forms of Itchy and Scratchy cartoons. So but first off, we need to able to find the cinema, so in this case the cinema is just in here, and because of that though, we can able to watch this amazing episode. So yeah, something's worth mentioning for that particular visual style from that particular scene as we saw. That particular game's engine, when it comes to that particular Itchy and Scratchy bonus video, basically it does remind me of the majority of the art style from the likes of the Simpsons game. So as a result though, because it's almost like cel-shaded and stuff like that, yeah, it does feels kind of interesting to say the least, but yeah, that's that. So now let's head back on to level 7, because obviously we now need to take care of the last few bits and bobs here and there, before we tackle through the final mission in the whole entire game, and this is without doubt is going to be the hardest mission for some people, mainly because, remember where we usually did the previous 3 of those exactly the same mission objectives, like you have to deliver the nuclear you know, the actual barrel in order able to actually just to go to the UFO and then able to actually just try to destroy it once and for all. Well, apparently though, we have to do this for the final time, and because of this though, we're able to actually talk more details about this and during sooner or later, because first off, it's the fact that it looks like that Pac-Man needs to able to, well, do the actual bonus mission.
Mr. Smithers, can you help me out? There's some scary, weird, godless, fascinating stuff going on.
Not now, Simpson. Mr. Burns wants me to run some errands, but I have a brunch date. You know how it is.
Whatever, just give me the mission.
So in this case though, before we tackle through the final mission in the game, we need to take care of the bonus mission first. So, relatively speaking, this will be the final bonus mission in the whole entire game, and this one might be considered this to be kind of a difficult one, mainly because you have less time, and on top of all that stuff though, you have to be fast on this part, because if you're too slow on these parts, you know.
There you go, Mr. Smithers.
Oh, thank God. His socks have been pooling around his ankles for days. And this is his favorite brand, Alan Quartermain's Keep-em-Ups.
What next?
What the heck is he doing for that little, you know, going for side-by-side kind of thing? But unfortunately though, I somehow failed the mission automatically because I totally forgot about the fact that there was actually an item somewhere in the distance. Like, not too far, because I keep thinking about hopping into the car or something, so... Oh well, no big deal, but at the very least we can able to restart this again. So, yeah, a few things we want to explain for this point today, and that is the fact that today's date is, of course, the 27th of July today, in this case in 2022 today. Happy 15th anniversary of the release of the Simpsons movie. So, yeah, I can't believe it's been about, you know, 15 years since when the movie came out. So, yeah, time flies, doesn't it? Yeah, especially noticeable, it really helps that the box office for the film is actually really damn good.
Doc Wonderstein's tooth powder.
Thanks, Simpson. Mr. Burns doesn't have teeth anymore, but it makes him feel young when I rub this on his gums. Things we do for love.
Uh-huh. Gross. What next?
Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to able to find something that's specifically towards over, like, here, according to what the arrow's trying to tells me where I'm supposed to go. So in this case though, you must able to actually pop over to the donut shop, and that way we can able to actually collect something in there. So, yeah, that's basically all there is to say about this for the most part. So, yeah, apart from those side of things though, is the fact that, yeah, this mission is going to be involved around in a lot of multitasking basically, and you need to be fast on it as well, so don't be too slow though, so...
What does he need this for?
Mr. Burns likes to vote OD exercise every morning. It keeps his muscles from falling off the bone.
Great. Gotta go.
And, well, mission completed. Thankfully, it doesn't go nearly as long as the forms of how it does on the previous bonus missions as far as this is concerned. So yeah, you probably get the idea about that. So there we go, we basically completed every single bonus missions in The Simpsons Hit and Run. And as a result though, we actually got ourselves a very cool, fancy car we just unlocked. But yeah, as a result of that kind of stuff though, let's have a look at the level progression there. So it looks like we only got one more vehicle left, and as a result, let's just go ahead and farm some more coins for the final time. And because of this though, the best method is obviously going to be level 6. So just because I just want to able to actually get the game finished just before, you know, when Friday roll around. Specifically, 29th of July to be more specific. So... yeah, because obviously that we need to able to take care of the rest of the Let's Plays before we dive right into the next marathon coming up. Yeah, that might be seems true. So, anyways, let's go ahead and break those boxes completely, because as far as I'm aware, I think we actually got enough coins to able to buy the final vehicle in the whole entire game. Yeah, because after all, after spending 1,000 coins for that particular hover bike, or specifically the hover bike, so because of that though, yeah, there's not much else to write to home about, so... But again, if you accidentally destroy these things to begin with, then obviously these things will not respawn at all, so... you have to be very careful if you try to able to grind for more coins and stuff like that, so... yeah, best thing to know is the fact that save some until before, you know, think before you act, so... anyways, so let's head back into level 7 again. Yeah, because of this though, we need to, find the that particular guy who managed to able to sell some vehicles and stuff like that. So relatively speaking, we could probably able to actually guarantee about the fact that we can able to actually get the same moving. But before I do all that stuff though, I need to change my different outfit into the final costume in the game, such as of course the devil outfit. So yeah, just to make things a little bit more obvious state. So yeah, that begs the question for that particular stuff. So anyways, or should I say evil outfit. So, despite the fact that I'm a devil, but as a result though, the game usually calls it evil, so... yeah, I totally get the idea about that, so... anyways, let's go ahead and drive around, and hopefully we'll able to... oh, son of a biscuit. Again, certain cars will able to actually just block your path every once in a while, but... you know, it knows what it is. But thankfully, this will be the final time we get out to dodge a lot of those traffic and pedestrians throughout, because obviously we've only got, you know what I mean, the final mission left. So, anyways, let's go and buy the hearse. So, yeah, 750 coins out to spend. So, yeah, oh jeez, I've got 69, the dirty number with that coin value. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, 97.6%. So, yeah, only one more mission left, like I said. And I think you've only got one more wasp camera left. So, anywho, so let's head back on to, the final mission's respawning point again. So just in case for fast travels and all that stuff. Yeah, because kind of think about it, that way we can able to actually guarantee that it makes the actual process a bit faster, don't you think? Well, suffice to say, that might be seems true for that circumstances anyway, so yeah, you probably get the idea for this point, Pac-Man. You probably get the idea about that, so anyway. Okay, quick A right there, because we somehow managed to stumble across the actual power cut recently, but I do found out where the last wasp camera is. So apparently though, that we somehow accidentally missed that out after the events of our bonus mission. In this case, the final bonus mission in the game actually. Oh yeah, because remember that particular ramp that we've already driven through quite a few times? Well, that's the reason why, because we do need able to find the way to actually just to get to the point where if we try to able to find that particular ramp to able to drive onto, and then hopefully we can able to reach onto that specific roof, and then basically you would be able to actually find the wasp camera in the process, so yeah, let us know in the comments down below for the question of the day. What you guys think about the films of the Simpsons movie after 15 years of its release? Because for us though, we really enjoyed it, especially noticeable after 15 years since when it first came out on the big screen. So as a result though, I absolutely had a blast watching the film time and time again. If it doesn't matter if it's on either the DVD or Blu-ray or PSP UMD, or potentially speaking every nowadays Disney Plus. So yeah, because overall, the actual box office of the film back in the day is very, very good, likely on 8th place spot. Yeah, because mind you, that unlike in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, well, usually because that movie came out in 2004, despite the fact that in 2004 it might not have the massive amount of box office performance or something, but regardless of such though, Ray, is because, well, making films is actually going to take a lot more money to make, so yeah, it fully forms the budget for the actual filmmaking and stuff. Oh jeez, I keep messing things up with that particular rooftop here and there. Although, it does remind you of able to try to get that godforsaken collector card from the likes of the films at level 4. Oh yeah, that probably explains it how. So anyways, let's go ahead and make our way, and boom, he's toast. And there goes all of the wasp cameras throughout the whole game. So, yeah, pretty swell. So, 98.2% done. So, yeah, as we stated this earlier, we only got one more mission left. So, because basically now we're going to be able to hop into probably the second hardest mission in the whole game. So, let's go retro repair and get this started.
Where'd you get that sweet ride?
I bought it with my Social Security. Thank you, Uncle Sucker.
Give me a lift. I gotta save Springfield.
Now you're not gonna sacrifice me for the greater good, are you, son?
We'll see, Dad. We'll see.
Oh.
So here we go, on to Alien Autopsy Part 3. So basically, it's kind of like the first two parts, in addition with the forms of one of those missions as well, except now we have to deal with probably the kind of a weird and awkward car to use. To be more specifically, the World War II vehicle. Now, despite it's actually decent, despite the fact that the handling itself is way too loose, so obviously you might accidentally drive into these things very, very fast and quite frequent. So as a result though, basically in this first part right there, that basically we need to able to race against with one of those vehicles, so at least it's not too bad. However though, until we get to the point whenever we get to the nuclear power plant, basically though is the fact that this is what the hardest aspect about this mission comes into play, and as a result though, remember when we said this before, if you somehow manage able to drive into any walls or any vehicles while trying to carry in the nuclear barrel, basically though is the fact that it will explode after doing so. Whilst in here then on the other hand though, well, thankfully though, there was actually a generous move. If you somehow managed able to screw this up multiple times, well, then again though, you probably already know what this is going, so yeah, I just need to focus here, and also just try to avoid as many of those you know, vehicles, a lot of people, and any other jazz. So, yeah, we do apologize if our commentary is a little bit iffy for this point today. Because aside from the fact that we've already mentioned about the fact that, well, I can't even believe the Simpsons movie just came out about 15 years ago, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. So, anyway, so now we come to probably the hardest aspect about the films of this mission, despite the fact that, oh, we got busted, but oh well. No big deal anyway though, because obviously we spent all of our coins for the last few costumes and vehicles, so there's nothing we can worry about that right now. So anyways, we're gonna be able to carry this barrel thing again, except this time we have less time, so probably be about 1 or so minutes, so, but thankfully you can able to once again take some shortcuts here and there, so as a result though, that it shouldn't give us that much trouble, well, except for the fact that, well, as you can tell, that we've almost gonna get ourselves our car exploded. To be more specifically, as you can tell, that this particular World War II vehicle is actually smoking very easily. Yeah, and also another thing we'd like to mention about this as well, that only 2 more days to go until Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to be releasing on the Nintendo Switch. So, not much else to add up through this point right there. So, oh god, okay. Oh god, I've only got, oh jeez, oh, no, you stupid car! Ah, oh, damn it, you. Yeah, that was a bit of an unlucky moment here and there, but at the very least, if you somehow screw this up, well, usually, relatively speaking, you still need to rely on the time limit, and this means you have to go all the way back to the nuclear plant until you get another one of those nuclear waste barrels. So, yeah, this is gonna be pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie, because in addition to trying to deal with the forms of the racing segment at first, but then also you have to deal with a time limit, in this case a shorter amount of time limit, and also just try to avoid a lot of vehicles, a lot of you know, pedestrians, and also a lot of people, and all the other jazz. So, yeah, you probably get the idea about the fact that this mission is without doubt the second hardest mission in the game, but I will still say that Set to Kill is by far the hardest mission in the whole game. Yeah, just because of the actual specific stuff, like we said this countless amount of times, since when, you know, Mighty the Armadillo gets a lot of screwage right there, so... But anyways, let's do this part again, and hopefully this might actually be my successful attempt, which I'm hoping so anyway. Yeah, it's just the fact that you have to be very careful, especially noticeable that it's bad enough you have to rely on the forms of the World War II vehicle to begin with, so as a result though, that might be seems the case, so... And yeah, you will accidentally manage able to get into the hit and run automatically though, so that's another thing that usually makes things a bit difficult these days, so... Alright, it's gonna have to jump over to that particular river part, and then try to avoid an insane amount of those. Well, I would say like police cops and stuff like that, and also don't screw this up, because unlike the first attempt, that basically, although thankfully though, you're actually doing not too bad, actually. Oh, is it? Well, because after all, you actually got yourselves plenty of time to work with, and, oh jeez, am I gonna risk this? Oh, okay, thank you. That'll spare me some time. So, hopefully, you should be able to make your way back into the school playground again for the final time, and hopefully you would able to actually finish off the main game like so. So once again, we have to take this ramp, and be quick on this, because if we don't make it at all, we're screwed. So, there it goes. That pretty much concludes The Simpsons Hit and Run for the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC. So first off, the ending.
Death, you effeminate wriggling spacewads! Imagine that, scared of some harmless nuclear waste. So very harmless. Oh, cut your fingernails!
That fortune teller was right. I do end up dying in a spaceship crash.
Dad, I'm really proud of you for rescuing us all from that alien invasion.
Did that really happen? I thought it was a bad dream after eating too many raw hot dogs.
No, homie. You're the town hero.
Sweet. And the ninja babysitters? Was that real or a hot dog dream?
Hot dog dream. Dad, your fans want you outside.
Fans? Oh, those fans.
At least our show was a success.
Why did we go to Earth Heaven when we died?
At least we don't have to sit through the stupid video game credits. No!
Dude.
So yeah, the day is saved, thanks to ourselves, in addition to the Simpsons and all that stuff though, because after all, that we've stopped the aliens' plans, and on top of all that stuff though, we no need to worry about the forms of that particular buzz color crisis and all that stuff, because that would suck if this is gonna keep on going on. But yeah, you probably get the idea about that. So, as you can tell, we now ended up on this credit sequence, as you can tell, and basically I think someone else is actually talking over for the sake of the credit sequence, all things considered. So, anyways, let's give our final thoughts of The Simpsons Hit and Run for the Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC. Well, aside from the fact that we already know that the PC version is definitely the best version, just because of not only for faster loading times, but also about the fact that the PC version is actually a bit more popular these days, thanks to the forms of some speedrunners and some mods in addition to that as well. Like, I think we already mentioned about that for the likes of the forms of, well, in the past few days or so. So, because we already know for the fact that it has been about 2 days ago since we've actually last touched this game. So, yeah, just in case we were able to actually finish up the entire story mode just around before the exactly the same time as when the Simpsons movie has been officially, you know, became 15 years old recently. So because of this though, yeah, let's talk about the positives out of the way first. I will say that it does look very, very well, especially noticeable about the fact that, well, the story is pretty interesting, and on top of all that stuff though, I enjoyed the gameplay because it's obviously GTA, but with the Simpsons characters, so in all, I have no issues there. And also, in addition to that though, the graphics, well, a little bit rough around the edges, but it does look very accurate. But I will say that the visuals in this game certainly looks a lot better than the forms of some bit like a plasticky filter from the likes of the Simpsons Road Rage, but that's just how it is for the most part. So, and also, I really do enjoy the soundtrack in this game, and also the controls are so perfection. Mind you, there are some quirky moments here and there, but we'll get to the forms of the negative stuff later. So, and also the voice acting, it matches the exact same voice actors as the forms of how it does it in the Simpsons TV series and stuff like that, which is always impressive for a video game. And on top of all that stuff though is the fact that, well, we just had a lot of blast playing this game. I mean, sure, that some of these missions are totally a piece of cake. However, there are some missions that attempt to frustrate the heck out of us. Like, for instance, there is Set to Kill, as well as the forms of Alien Alto Turp C Part 3, and also say applies to Never Trust a Snake. That those 3 missions combined are by far the hardest mission in the game, which, as a result of that kind of stuff though, luckily though, for the final mission in the whole entire game, that at least for you, Pac-Man, that luckily for you, you did manage to do this for about 1 attempt, surprisingly. Despite on the forms of that particular final segment, that it did actually took me about 2 attempts. But it doesn't matter to me though, because either way though, I found this to be quite alright for that particular run through in either way. So yeah, you probably get the idea about that. So, and also every once in a while though is the fact that sometimes our game gets a bit stuttering at points, especially noticeable in full motion videos, but that's only mainly because our game is a bit scratched up. So, but that's okay though. Oh, did he somehow mess around with that the staff credit sequence? What's he doing? Okay, I wasn't expecting how this is gonna turn out, but anywho though, yeah, aside from all that stuff though, I think that's as far as we can try to say in terms of the forms of The Simpsons Hit and Run Or I'm pretty sure I somehow touched the controller, or is it just the way of how the thing is structured or something? Well, I have no idea about this is considerate, so yeah, but we're still not done with this game yet though, because we're gonna be showing off some extra bits here and there. Mind you, we've already technically seen the Itchy and Scratchy cartoon bit, but we have not shown you guys some of these other extras. Like, for example, there was a scrapbook, and there's also the forms of the bonus game that we can able to show off and during at some point in Draining this Friday, just around the exactly the same time as of the release of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for the Nintendo Switch. So, but it's kind of a shame that the pre-orders of the Collector's Edition is gonna get delayed and during at some point this coming fall. Yeah, I totally see why, but regardless of such though, for you guys out there who ever get the game, you can still technically get the game physically. However, for the sake of the forms of the Collector's Edition, specifically for those of you who lived in Europe, around the forms of Germany, France, or Italy, or in UK's case, you got to wait for a very long while. So, well, nothing matters anyway though, because it's roughly about 2 months or 3 months, depending on the forms of specific, you know, post packages or something like that. But regardless of such though, that's as far as saying goes. That's pretty much all I can usually say about this. So, but yeah, with that being said though, you guys should probably still recommend getting this game, either on the Nintendo GameCube version, or the PlayStation 2 version, or the Xbox version, and heck, even the PC version, because as far as we already said this before, The Simpsons Hit and Run, as far as we can tell for this point, this is easily the best The Simpsons game out there. Especially noticeable that I can definitely see why, that this is probably that fan favorite The Simpsons game out there. Which is totally true, because, well, everyone else seemed to really enjoy this title. So, anyway, so after this credit sequence is finished, we got ourselves the final tally result for the likes of the actual level completionist for level 7. So as a result, we fully 100% everything in terms of The Simpsons Hit and Run. So, yeah, pretty swell and fantastic at the same time. So, it feels like we have a sense of accomplishment right there. So, with that being said, folks, we're going to end itself at this point right here. So, join us next time for more Let's Play of The Simpsons Hit and Run. And that will have to be by the forms of the extra video we can show you to you guys, showing off some of these remaining bits here and there. And that's pretty much as far as saying goes. That's just pretty much as far as we can say about it. So let's save our game, and we'll see you guys at some point on this Friday. Later, fellas.